Welcome, everybody, to GrappleFK_media. We're going through Michel Pereira against Zelim Imadaev. I believe that's the third or the fourth fight on the card. I think the fourth, possibly. But let me give my thoughts quickly on this fight, and then we'll revert back to Andrew. So Pereira, I think a lot of people are familiar with him. He made quite an impressive start to his UFC career. He got 2 wins. He's a very, very erratic fighter.
So technically, actually one loss. He lost to Diego Sanchez in his second fight.
Oh, did he lose in his second fight? I thought that
he basically won it, but in the final 2 minutes, he kneed Diego Sanchez when he was on the ground, so he got disqualified.
Oh, he got the squad. Yeah.
But basically, he won. So.
Yeah, but he's very erratic. Jumps all over the place. Does flips. I'm not really sure what kind of background he comes from. I'm assuming there's a bit of capoeira in there, possibly, which doesn't really transfer into MMA that well. But he definitely must have some kind of kickboxing or Muay Thai background, because his striking is crisp when he wants it to be. Mm-hmm. And he's a specimen. He's very explosive.
He is. He's very gifted. Enormously athletically gifted. Yeah, all that capoeira shit, the jumping shit, the acrobatics. Yeah, that's something special.
Yeah, he's a special talent. Didn't go well for him in his last fight. I think he expended too much energy in the first round, and he lost the decision. Zelim Imadaev, a Russian guy from Dagestan, so he's got a decent wrestling base. Not the best start to his UFC career. He lost his first fight, albeit it was a very close fight. In my opinion, it probably could have been given a draw, and then he got KO'd in his fight after that. His record outside of the UFC has been very impressive. I mean, he's fought in some relatively unknown circuits, I believe mainly over in Russia. But he had 8 knockouts out of 8 fights, I believe. But he's a decent fighter. I just think he's had a harsh start in the UFC. In terms of who I think will get the win, just to put something else out there, I think that both fighters need this fight really, really badly.
Yeah.
I think they're both going to be really, really desperate and stick to a game plan. I just think Pereira has got too much experience for Zelim. He's had a lot of fights and he's only 27. I think he's had over 30 fights. He's had 3 in the UFC. I think if he goes in there with a game plan, he could probably get Zelim out of there. However, the problem is, and this is why I'm not going to bet on this fight, is you just can't predict what Pereira will do. I mean, God knows what he's going to do. Is he going to do a flip and knock someone out, or is he just going to jump around, waste his energy, and get grapple fucked? I have no idea. I'm definitely not betting on this.
I was expecting you to just suck off Zelim for like 10 minutes.
What? Because he's from the Caucasus? Because
he's from Dagestan. Yeah. That's an automatic £100 bet for you.
No, he's not one. He's not one of the top Dagestani prospects. He's not. No.
And it's really interesting. This is such a fascinating fight. I think this is like the best fight on the card for me. That there's so much to talk about. Zelim, in his debut fight, faced Max Griffin. It was a bit of a 50-50 fighter, but he's not bad. And Max Griffin took him down multiple times in the first round and the second round. And he just kind of played with Zelim, just dominated him on the ground. And we're just kind of used to seeing these Dagestanis being excellent wrestlers. And it's unusual, when we see somebody like that getting dominated by an American. I thought that was interesting because Max Griffin is not a wrestler, to my knowledge. And
I thought he was.
I don't think he is.
I
looked this up.
That is interesting.
Obviously, he's probably done some wrestling, but he's not Division 1, Division 2.
He's not NCAA or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay. So either that means Max Griffin is actually a really good wrestler, or Zelim has got some shortcomings. But I still don't know how good Zelim is because, you know, I saw Max Griffin dominate Zelim, but then at times Zelim would kind of wake up and stuff takedowns and do
Get
this.
off some shots.
He'd do this really cool thing. Like Max Griffin would come in, Zelim would kind of turn around and forward roll out of it, like this super cool, you know, takedown defense, which is really high level. And there's like the moments where you actually see him actually doing some really good wrestling, but most of the time he's getting, you know, grapple fucked. So it's unclear just how good he is on the ground. So yeah, he's good. He's a good striker. He's gritty. He's tough. He's got good cardio. So I do like Zelim. But as you said, this is like do or die for both fighters. They both need to win this fight. And this is a really hard fight for both of them. And I think it's a shame they put these two guys together because both of these have potential, I think.
Yeah.
So I remember you saying before that Michel Pereira is going to come out like a bat out of hell in the first round. And, you know, Zelim's going to have to weather the storm, then take it into deeper waters. I'm not so sure about that because Michel Pereira in his first fight, or his first and second fight, he came out doing, you know, the acrobatics, expended an awful lot of energy, and he's very tired very quickly. In his latest fight against Diego Sanchez, it was a lot calmer, a lot more chilled out. You know, he's conserving his energy. He's not doing all the ridiculous stuff. He's doing a little bit of it, but, you know, he went into round 3 and he's still fresh and he's dictating the pace in round 3. So maybe he's kind of, you know, figured out that you can't be an idiot the whole time and that you need to conserve something for the later rounds.
Yeah.
So if he does that against Zelim doesn't have that cardio advantage.
No, he doesn't have the experience, the cardio. Yeah, I think Pereira should win this.
He's so big as well.
Experience. He's a tank. He's a tank.
Yeah, and he hits really hard.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal athlete. Someone just needs to kind of give him a smack around the ear and just mold him a bit because he's only 27. There's still a lot of you know, there's a long way to go for this guy. You can change some of his. You obviously can't change someone's whole style, but you need someone to kind of get a hold of him and say, "Stop doing this shit. You don't need to do it."
Yeah, I think maybe he's trying to make a name for himself, build his profile.
Yeah,
and it's worked. You know, it's massively entertaining.
It has. Yeah.
But you know, these guys have got an opponent in common, Danny Roberts. So Zelim's fight with Danny Roberts was a bit of a back and forth. I think it was competitive while it lasted. And then Danny Roberts just cracked him really hard and knocked him out.
Yeah.
Just maybe a little unfortunate, to be honest. But it is what it is. When Pereira fought Danny Roberts, he knocked out Danny Roberts. So
yeah, just to cut in there, I think Danny Roberts just did not understand what Pereira was trying to do. He seemed very confused in that fight.
Yeah. It's a lot to deal with, yeah. I mean, you can
It is a lot to deal with, yeah. No one fights like that. Who fights like that? What, him and Johnny Walker, maybe one or two other people out of 600 fighters on the roster?
Yeah. Yeah, so
you're not going to do that style.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't know what to do. So this is going to be a really great fight. Initially, I was kind of erring towards Zelim just because of the cardio tank, and I kind of thought that, you know, Pereira was going to gas out, but now I don't think he's going to gas out. And now I think it's going to be a really even match. And I think maybe the differentiator could just be Pereira's size
and explosiveness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I don't know. Do I want to?
It's a tough one.
Do I want to bet on this? I don't know. Probably
I
not.
wouldn't put it in an accumulator, put it that way.
No.
May do a separate bet.
Yeah. I like both of these guys a lot. I think they can both do something in the UFC, and it's just a shame they have to fight each other. Because if Zelim loses this one, that'll be his third loss out of 3 fights.
Yeah, they'll probably cut him, to be honest, because there's so many guys coming out of Russia. Someone will look at him and just think, "Fuck off! We'll just get another Russian dude to replace him."
Yeah.
Same with Brazil.
Yeah, so many of these guys.
Players. Yeah.
I think that'd be a shame for Zelim, though. One thing I wonder about Zelim is, he focuses on his striking, the punches and the kicks. And it's as if he's not really trying to stop the takedowns from what I've seen. If maybe he has a different game plan and he does actually wrestle Pereira, he does get him to the ground and does get some control time, I think he could probably keep Pereira there. Because just like the couple of things I've seen that indicate that he is actually a pretty decent wrestler, I just think maybe against Max Griffin, he allowed him to be taken down. And once Max Griffin was on top, he just had a very hard time getting rid of him. But if Zelim actually initiates this, gets on top, then it could be a slightly different ballgame. But is he going to have that game plan? And you can always trust fighters to not have the best game plans, So
yeah,
I don't know, man. I'm really excited about this fight.
Yeah, same here, to be honest. I'm looking more forward to this fight than the headliner.
Yeah, Sakai versus Overeem. Yeah, me too. This is a better fight. I've got to give it to. It's just so difficult to call, but owing to Pereira's size, explosiveness, I'm going to go with Pereira. How he does it, I've got no idea.
Yeah, God knows.
Maybe decision. Maybe he gets the first 2 rounds. Maybe Zelim takes the third. Yeah, I'm going to say Pereira by decision, 2 rounds to 1.
Okay, I'm going to say Pereira via knockout round 3. No, round 2. Round 2.
Bearing in mind, yeah, I can see that. I wouldn't say round 3 because
round 3 is too far into the fight.
He'll probably get tired in round 3.
Yeah, I think round 2 you probably KO or TKO him.
Yeah, a KO or TKO in round 1 or 2 is certainly a possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, Zelim does have knockout power as well, but can he knock out a bigger guy? I don't think Michel's been knocked out before.
Has Michel been knocked out? That'd be a good stat for the check.
Yeah. Yeah, I
think he may have been knocked out once or twice.
Yeah. So in the Serbian Battle Championship,
oh God,
he was finished in. He's finished in round 1.
Who finished him?
A guy called Dusko Todorovic. I guess that's a Serbian name.
Is that with a VIC at the end?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some form of Slavic name. Yeah.
How do you pronounce that? Todorovic or something?
Yeah, Todorovic probably.
Todorovic.
Yeah, he's from somewhere in Eastern Europe.
Yeah. I think that's his only KO finish or TKO finish. So he looks durable.
He's had a lot of fights. He's had over 30 fights. That's a hell of a lot.
He has, yeah. Let's look at Zelim. But Zelim's knocked out a lot of people, and very quickly.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of round 1 finishes.
What? Sorry to interrupt, but what organization was he fighting in? Was he fighting in ACB by any chance, or ACA? It's called now.
No. So
what was he fighting in?
Octagon Fighting Sensation, Fight Nights Global.
Fight Nights Global I'm familiar with. It's basically all the countries in the Caucasus and Central Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not particularly good organizations, but you might get the odd good person here or there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Pereira, definitely, I think.
Okay. But this could end very quickly. Both these guys come forward. They're both explosive, aggressive fighters. This could end very quickly if they're just exchanging in the pocket. But yeah, I'm going to go with Pereira. Pereira by decision. But yeah, I'm not betting.
Okay.
I'm not betting on this.
There we go. Everyone watching at home, you got our summaries. We think Pereira is going to do it, but we're not betting on this. Actually, I might put an individual bet down. Something absurd. Pereira around 2K.
Something ridiculous.
Yeah.
I might look at the finishes. I think they can both knock each other out. If the odds are really good for a finish.
Yeah. I wonder what the odds are for it to get to 3 rounds, for it to go to decision. That'd be an interesting stat to check.
I can look it up if you want. Let's have a look.
Yeah, if you could, please.
Yeah.
I did not expect this analysis to take this long, but this is really, really, this is an intriguing matchup.
Well, we're getting into the weeds here.
Yeah, but our viewers want to see this stuff. This is the real crux of everything. You have to do this stuff to everyone watching back home. Or sorry, at home.
Okay, so will the fight go the distance? 13.8. So you bet £8, you get 21 back. So what's that? I'll do that in American odds just quickly. 13.8.
$13.8.
Yeah, so 163 in American odds for the fight to go the distance. So you bet £8, you win 13.
It's not great.
I think it's okay. I've got a theory that it's more anecdotal than scientific. I haven't got any data to back this up, but I think a lot of fights, like when you have 2 explosive fighters, everyone seems to think, oh yeah, there's going to be a knockout in round 1.
Yeah.
But I would say maybe more than half the time it goes the distance. I think people overestimate the number of knockouts that are going to happen. So I might think about this fight going the distance.
Yeah, particularly at the lower weights.
Yes. Yeah. You don't get any knockouts in like flyweight, or very few knockouts of flyweight or bantamweight. Although that's changing in bantamweight because they're now so much bigger than they were. But yeah.
Yeah, and it's changing at flyweight because of Figueiredo.
Yeah, that guy's I love that guy. That guy's an animal.
Fucking sensational, isn't he?
He is. He's fighting Garbrandt now, isn't he?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. We're veering off topic here, but
we are.
Yeah, we could go on for days, but yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone, and there you go. You got the analysis. I think Michel Pereira round 2 knockout or TKO. Andrew, what do you think?
I'm going to say decision. 2 rounds to 1, Pereira.
Okay. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Stay tuned for more fighter picks.
Bye.
Bye.